Hello, my name is Craig and welcome to my channel. I haven't posted videos for a while because the weather has been so unfortunate, extremely humid like it was last year for the first 6 months of the year, but things are looking better. Now in the meantime I've been busy doing a few things. I've been helping to plant some trees in Madagascar and Tanzania, and I've been working on preparing some backs and sides for this year's guitars, or possibly they'll probably go into next year, I guess. So I thought I'd show you some of those. I think I've finished all the backs of the ones I'm going to do, and I'm working on the tops now. They're getting pretty close, and the sides are done as well, I think, of most of them. Firstly, there's this one here. It's I'm going to call it Harvey, this one. Now, unfortunately, I sanded the surface of this only slightly, and it had some eyes over here. And just a slight sanding was enough to take out the eyes. It looks like a human rabbit. And if you've ever seen the movie Harvey with Jimmy Stewart, you'll know about a puka or a puka, and it is a fictitious rabbit type companion, and that's what this reminds me of. So this is Padauk, a fantastic type of wood. Actually, you get some great sounding guitars from this. So this is going to be a GA, I think this one is a GA, yep. This one is the when I haven't worked on this wood before. I haven't quite a few sets of this one, but it is Kingwood. This is the worst of the sets that I have, because I like to work on the not so good sets first, just to get a feel for the wood. I know which side, probably this side. Or maybe that side. Anyway, this is Kingwood. This is pretty hard to get a hold of, and I've had this for a while, I think. Great wood. This is really nice wood, this one. Very much a purpley kind of colour, especially on the other sets I have. This is, as I said, this is probably a pretty poor example of Kingwood, but we'll get to that another time. This is some Macassar ebony from Indonesia, and this one certainly a little bit of alcohol on this, and there's a bit of shimmer all along there as well, so it's going to be a nice one by the time this one is gloss coated. I'll just show you what the Kingwood is like as well. So even though it's a poor example, I think it's going to look pretty nice, and it's going to sound exceptional. I'll show you the sound test at a later date when I get to make it. This one is some, I think this is the right side up. This is some black and white ebony. Pretty hard to come by. I've got quite a few sets, well, about 8 sets of this one. And what inspired me to get a move on with this one was I saw one by, was it Kevin Ryan Guitars? I think it's Kevin. Anyway, Ryan Guitars, they had one I saw at the NAM, and I decided I would make some of that as well. Big variations in black and white ebony. You can get it from this mostly sort of a white colour to quite a dark colour. I don't have any around here, it's somewhere else. But you can get mostly black with white coming through there, and sometimes you get a bit of a mixture. But as I said, it's pretty rare to get this stuff as well. It'll look fantastic by the time we're finished with it. So it's black and white ebony. Now this one, I think this is going to be the side facing up. This is Spalted Tamarind. It's going to be a grand auditorium one. And when I first bought these, it was really a mess. I wasn't even sure I was going to use them, but or at least this one. But I think it cleaned up pretty well once they sand all the dirt off the top, etc. I think it looks not too bad to put a bit of spray on this one. So some Spalted Tamarind. Not a common wood, first time using this one as well. I think it'll turn out quite nice as well. This is some Macassar ebony again, this is a dreadnought one. When I was buying some of these, you could either buy them before they've been sanded, and they were absolute mess, about 7mm thick, very thick, and roughly cut. You could either buy that, or you could buy the sanded ones at about double the price. So I took a chance, and some of these I bought some rough ones. This was one of them. Now, when I actually sanded it down, it's turned out really nice, I think. Now it has quite a bit of figure going through this as well. You won't be able to see it quite so well at the moment, but again, this is going to be a great guitar. I've used Macassar ebony before, and they sound really nice as well. Now this is a special one. Getting reasonably good at making guitars now, and it's about time I started using some of the better woods. I think I've made, it'll be somewhere in the order of 70 plus guitars. This is another ebony, and this is mun ebony from Southeast Asia. And if we have a look at this one, now I think this one looks pretty spectacular. I think it's one of the best sets I've ever seen. So it's going to be a dreadnought size. This is not the best one of these, but it's that I have. But it's going to be special. Now, Betty Blackwood that I made last year, I finished it off in January. I haven't put a video of the finished one up, but I will do that probably the next video I do. It turned out to be probably the best sounding guitar I've ever heard for the sound that I like to make. It was an all Blackwood guitar, and I was a little bit surprised. This year I'm going to do a couple more. Betty Blackwood was a grand symphony size. This is a also a Grand Symphony size one, but it's a little bit better wood. I don't know which is the top and the back. I think this is going to be the outside one. They both look good. So it's very, very much like Koa. It's I can't tell much difference between Koa and Tasmanian blackwood. And if this one here, as opposed to Betty Blackwood, which was pretty plain, this one has quite a nice amount of flame through it. So you might be able to see a bit of that flame. I think it'll come up really well when it's polished and etc. This at the moment it's at 80 grit, so it's not coming up so well, but it's going to be hopefully very, very nice. Oh, there is a top for that as well. Here's the top I'm doing for that one. So there's the top. And I'm doing a dreadnought size one as well. Again, it's hard to tell which is the side I'm going to use facing outwards, but I'll do a grand auditorium in the future as well. I've got a really good master grade set which I'll use for that one. But again, this is great stuff. Very much like Koa. Sound, density, hardness. So a couple of all Koa guitars I'll be making this year. This one, Blackheart sassafras. Now this one I'm calling the salamander. I don't know if you can see this, but there's its head there, it's its legs coming out there, and it's going to be pretty nice looking, this one. Just a little bit of figure down around here as well, but there's figure up there. Something special, this one as well. Hopefully there'll be a number of special ones this year. I'm going to pair this one, instead of I normally do it with Carpathian spruce, I'm going to use some redwood. Now, I did buy some redwood many years ago, 10 years ago, from Australia, Australian redwood, grown in some plantation I think, and I was very unimpressed with it. They put me off redwood for many, many years. Then I bought some, I think they're called Lost Tunnel redwood sets, and I was extremely impressed with those. They sound really nice. And then I had an opportunity on eBay. There was someone had, I think it was a dozen sets of these redwoods, very low price, extremely poor photographs. I thought they were, if you looked at them, you just moved past them because they looked so bad. But I took a chance and bought them, very cheap price, and it sounds great. I'll show you when I do the video at the beginning of this one here, but it sounds fantastic. This is not much different to the tunnel redwoods that I have. And I'll just give that a little bit of a spray, give you some idea of how it's going to look. So that'll be the salamander. This one I probably won't make this year, Blackheart sassafras. It's the next one in the billet that came from the salamander one. Not much of a leg in this one here, but it still looks good. So I don't think I'll get around to doing that one this year. That will be another time, I think, but quite nice. This one is a little bit of a monster. It's actually 6 pieces. It's made from some of the spares that I had. Weren't quite long enough. I'm going to give it a go and see how it turns out. Blackheart sassafras again. And I'll just spray that one and give you a little bit of an idea of what it's going to look like. So that's something different. It actually sounds quite nice too. So fingers crossed for that one. We'll see about that one later on. I don't know what to call this one. It looks like an alien of some sort. And the last one I'll be doing this year is, I've got a number of these pieces I've been saving up. This is one of the rarest guitar woods in the world, at least until StewMac they had about 50 on their site some time ago. Sold within about a day, I think. But this is Bois de Rose from Madagascar. But Bois de Rose, purple type of wood with black streaks through it. Absolutely beautiful sounding wood. And I'll come to that later on. This is, I've actually got no bad sets of Bois de Rose. It's pretty straight. The grain on this one here, I have some others though that are very, very figured. But they all seem to sound very, very nice. I don't think there's much point in spraying this one here. It's dark enough as it is. You might be able to see some of the red coming through. Reddy purple. Fantastic wood. Oh dear, I knew I shouldn't have done that. Very, very oily. And that back strip is oily as well now. But Bois de Rose. And they're the ones I'm working on at the moment. I'll probably show you Betty Blackwood next time. And I have one of the ones I'm giving away, which is, I think it's called Titan, the Tiger Myrtle. Sprayed it, it's curing at the moment. So when it's fully cured and I put the rest of it together, that will probably be the first guitar I'll give away for this part of the year. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.